Hi guys, welcome back to Psychic Michael. To follow on really from my last post, before I do that I'll just give you the date. It's the 21st of March 2021, the spring solstice. Now if you saw my introduction, I told you that I had really good feelings about the 21st of March this year, that things would begin to change. Now I know things are going on in general, but I'm hearing a lot of disinformation as well, and I had to laugh actually, because I watched Mark Devlin's post on Friday. So if you ever get to see that, it was Mark Devlin on YouTube. He's on a rant, and most of it I actually agree with, but it was a good one. So shout out to Mark Devlin for the way he's feeling at the moment, because no real genuine proof is coming out there of any legitimate change that we're all hoping to see. But I can honestly tell you that the way things have been in my life, and meditating and asking spirit, they never gave me the ins and outs, but they said the 21st of March. And I feel really strongly, certainly today meditating, that changes are due to happen. And I've also been given between now and the 8th of April. So you're going to see big changes. You're going to feel very differently as well. A lot of people are feeling, when they've been texting me, saying that they're feeling lighter and more aware. And it can only be for the best, because when you're feeling lighter, you become more light, of the light, in other words, and it can only be good. So let's see how things pan out. I'm very optimistic that things are going to work out fantastically for life in general, not just for anyone in particular, obviously, but in general. And you're going to see a lot of changes, certainly to what we call the white hats. There was a wonderful demonstration in London yesterday for awareness, and that went quite peacefully from what I heard, so that's good. But in general, massive things I'm feeling between now and the 8th of April. So let's look out for that. Now, going on from my last post, we were talking about how to get in touch with your guardian angel, or what we call guide. Very successful in the feedback I've got from you. I understand that people are a little bit shy, or they actually feel like they're going off their heads talking to their angel. They don't want to admit it. But so they sent me personal comments and questions on my Facebook and on my email that I gave out. And we only had one comment, which was from Dallas, on the actual post itself. And it was great that that worked out. So what I was telling you is how to connect with your guardian angel. And the first thing you need to do is find the name. So hopefully I'm taking it that you've done that. And I've given you 2 weeks now to get to talk to your guardian angel, or what we call guide. Now, a little hint here. It's really important to understand there's nothing to be scared about. Hence why we call them guardian angels or guides, or both. Because they're there to guard you, and then they're there to guide you. But the key is to get to know them. Never ever say, is anybody there? Because anybody you can get. I could tell you a few stories about that, certainly with myself and my wife when we were living in Spain. Besides that, maybe another day. Let's get back to today. I gather you've found your angel's name, like many of you let me know, and some of them very strange names, but hey, it has to work. So you give it time. I'll give you 2 weeks to get to talk to it. Remember, you had to speak it out loud. Now, some people have said to me, in the correspondence that I've received, that they don't know whether their angel's listening or whether they've got any kind of communication going on, because it's all one way. Well, it's not one way. They are hearing you. But if you really want proof, the idea is when you speak to your angel, ask them, but you must be prepared for this, ask them to let you know by a sign of some kind that they're listening to the message or the question that you're asking them. And believe me, you'll get that sign. You'll get more than one sign, but you have to be open-minded about this. So you know your guardian angels, so you know who you're contacting and who you're channeling, if you like, and who's helping you from the spirit world. You're learning how to communicate with them, And if you really want it rubber stamping, as we said the other week, and then gospel, and then knowing, going from believing to knowing, you have to ask them to give you a sign. So if you've asked them for a particular thing, for argument's sake, last night, ask them for a sign in the next 24 hours that you've received the message, and you will get your sign. You just have to be open about it. I'm going to use Dallas as an example, and thank you, Dallas, for texting me, let me know in those comments. Wonderful that it's worked out for you. You said you had a very powerful presence. So my advice to you now is, when you speak to this guy, this guardian angel, ask them for a sign that they received your message, that they received your question even. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. But have an open mind, and I know you come from that kind of background, you have an open mind, and see what happens. Please let me know. To everybody else, exactly the same. Just give it a go. And never ever say, as a polite warning, is anybody there? Because anybody will get. That's why we deal with it through your own guide, your guardian angel. Remember that pact you made? And now you're beginning to learn the communication. It's a wonderful, wonderful path to be going on. You're never going to be lonely. You're never going to be on your own. All you have to do is ask. Now, whenever I'm doing a reading, whether it's privately, whether it's with a group, or whether it's a show, within 2 minutes of that show, or whatever it is I'm doing, you all will know, when I'm speaking to you, who my guide is. Now, my guide is called Michael, which is very rare you get a medium with the same name guide. But I always introduce Michael in a reading, because if you don't, how can I put this the right way? If you don't channel spirit through your guide, how are they going to guard you and protect you? How are they going to guide you? So I tell everybody, whether it's, as I say, from a show or a private reading, that my guide's called Michael, and everything will come through Michael. And he's there to guide you, to guard you. So when their loved ones come through, so when your loved ones come through, they're guarding you against anything untoward. And believe me, nothing will come through without their say-so. The key is to speak to them. Once you get that rapport, you begin to sense them. And believe me, it's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful journey. It's just having the confidence to know, did you get the message? Well, ask them to give you a sign, as I said, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Now, also what I want to add, on these times of, I don't know, they're so unsettled some of the time, some of the comments that I'm getting, it scares me for the individuals, but it doesn't scare me in the long term, because I know love always finds a way. And if you come from love, if you come from the heart, and in the next post that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about the sacred heart. So yes, we have the heart, but we have the sacred heart. And that's totally different. But we'll talk about that in the next post. What I want to add just before I finish on this, so you've got to know your angel's name, you've got to know how to speak to them. You just want to know whether they're listening or they've got to your particular request, and I've told you how to do that. Here's the key. The next few weeks, trust. Put your trust in somebody higher than you and I, that somebody is guiding you, somebody is guarding you, and let this all pan out. And I've been given the 8th. The beauty of this is I can come back in a couple of weeks and see how not only you're getting on, but to see what's obviously happened in the world. I know it's for the best. We just need to be a little bit patient. Yes, I know people have been maybe a year now climbing the walls because they've lost their business, or they've lost this, or they've lost that. I honestly believe things have changed for the better. I have to put the trust in spirit who've told me, and remember, everything comes through Michael, and everything has to be trusted through your guide, your guardian angel. On that note, have a lovely, lovely couple of weeks as these changes come in. And I'll speak to you around the 8th of April and see what's happened in the meantime. So I'll say good night, God bless.